everyone, welcome back to another video. So today's video, I'm going to be adding some daytime running light strips to this 2012 Honda Civic. So you can tell I've got a 2013 facelift on my Civic. I've gone through a few different ideas as far as the headlights are concerned, and there really are no good aftermarket projector LED headlights that you can get. So what I found to work the best, they've come a long way with LED technology. I found a set of Hikari LED H11 bulbs and 9005 bulbs that I really like. They're not too bright, so they do not blow out the reflector. They don't cause any glare to oncoming drivers, and they give me a lot of light down the road. But the problem is to run the aftermarket 9005 LEDs in here. This is normally your daytime running light. What it does is it dims your high beam bulb. Well, since the new LED bulbs are so bright, it's still way too bright during the daytime to be coming in oncoming traffic, even with the dimmed LED. So what I did is there's a 7.5 amp fuse. I just removed that for the DRL system. It disables it, and then your headlights function normally. Problem being, now there's no DRL function on the car. And while it's not necessary, there is something to it, not only for looks, but just when you're driving down the road, it does help visibility during the daytime. So I started thinking about this. I started thinking about if I wanted to remove the headlights, which, as you know, requires removing the bumper, and if I wanted to, retrofit these with some sort of DRL strip, or try it. If I'm going to do that, I might as well throw a projector in there. It just started getting crazy, and I thought, let's try to keep this simple first. So they do make these kind of universal kits, and it comes with two. These are considered a switchback LED, and I'll show you how it works in just a second here. But these are actually meant to be cut to length, and what we can do is find some way to mount these on top of the headlight on the outside. So you can see I'll be able to slide that all the way back up here. The LED light will shine, and it will actually project kind of down into the headlight housing. And these are also switchbacks, which I'll show you, like I said, in one second, how that kind of looks. So I thought maybe we'll try something a little simpler first. But for what I'm going to do to start is just kind of put them in position, see what I think about them. They're actually pretty simple to wire. So the red line is ignition for the DRL, black is negative, and yellow is turn signal. Now you don't have to use the turn signal. You'll just have to tap into the wiring for the turn signal, which is behind here, which actually is going to be the hardest part, just because it's a little harder to get to. But I'll show you how this looks. I'm just going to simulate with a battery real quick. Okay, so that's our DRL. As you can see, it's pretty neat. Just enough that you can kind of see. And then again, optionally, what happens if we simulate flashing the turn signal? It's like at about 3 inches off the side. Put some silicone and put the cap back on. So here's kind of what it looks like on the passenger side. See, it kind of just fits right up nice in there. So that's obviously with the orange turned on. I think it looks perfect. It's not too bright, which is good. Kind of pop the grill loose here, and that will just ride behind where the grill closes there. Take the top off so I can kind of work with this cover here. So I have to figure out how to get that sandwiched back in there without smashing any wires or anything. Alright, so I've got it installed on both sides here. Just use the double-sided tape. I put a few dabs of plastic emblem and trim adhesive also. When that dries, it should work out pretty good. That is the easy part. So what we'll call the hard part is wiring everything. So I've got this 4-conductor wire here, and I need to pass it through to the inside of the car. So there is no source of ignition under the hood on this generation of Civic, and there's also no source for the turn signal under the hood that you can use. And the reason why is because these turn signals are negative switched. So when they flash, there's a constant power and it actually switches the negative side, which is really annoying. But the rear turn signals are positive flash, and basically if we get to the fuse panel or the body control module that's under the dash on the driver's side, we'll be able to make our connections for right and left. We're going to tap into the wires that go to the rear turn signal, and then we need our power, ignition power, and ground. So we're just going to send all that stuff out over this wire. That way we can make our connections for both sides in one spot, get everything tidied up. Alright, so I'm kind of probing around finding the turn signal wires that we need. It'll be easy to get an ignition source off of just one of these fuses here, but hopefully you can see this. So I've got my negative, my test lead negative just on a grounded bolt here, and I know that it's supposed to be in the B series of wiring under here, so it should be this connector here. So I start, there's a brown and a blue wire. So let's see, the brown wire here, click that, you can see we're flashing, so that's definitely one of them. Right now I just have the, so I'm looking for a brown and a blue wire. I know that just from looking at a diagram. So the brown wire is up on the right hand lower there. All right, the blue wire, you can see, is flashing. That is the second from the top. I should be able to isolate this a little bit. All right, so again, this diagram, so we're looking for B4 is the left turn, so blue is left, and B12 is brown, and that's right. Under the fuse panel here, to the left of the brake booster, you'll see there's this rubber grommet. I just cut a small slit, being careful not to hit any wiring. I went low. And I took this old car antenna. You can see I pushed it through. You want something kind of long, you could use a coat hanger. The reason you want it to be pretty long is you cannot see that grommet to where this comes out. So you can see my antenna came out right here because I was able to push it far enough. So what I'll do now is I'll go tape my wire really good, a ton of tape. You're going to want to kind of lubricate, once you get it taped, lubricate that so it pulls through the grommet easy. And then I'll just come pull this and we'll get our wiring up into here, and then we'll make our connections. Alright, so I normally wouldn't condone the use of the little wire tap, but in this case, that's what they're meant for. So I'm going to tap into those and then use some male spade terminals. That's my turn signals. Now, as far as finding a ignition, I did find this empty fuse spot here, that, not accessory, but ignition, and it stays on when the car is running. So it is number 23 in my case. It's honestly, it's probably where the DRL fuse was. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take another little male spade, or you can use like a add a fuse, like, or add a circuit fuse tap, stick it in there, and that will be connected to our red wire here for the ignition source going. And then the last connection I need to make is just the ground here. And then we'll be ready to make our connections under the hood. Alright, so I've got my add a fuse added here. Just put a little 5 amp fuse in there. I don't even need nearly that much. And then got my ground made right here on this metal next to another ground. We're plugged in. So I'm going to put everything back together in here. To make it easy access, I just removed this plastic panel here and just pulls off after you just connect this wire here. So go ahead and pop that back together and we'll move this operation under the hood. Alright, so I've got the wire inside of some nylon tube there, just to kind of route it, make it nice. Got those little converters pointing so the opening is down, that way water does not get inside of them. And then runs across the front here to the other side, same thing. So everything is in place. Let's go ahead and try it out and see how it looks. So it's kind of subtle. They aren't real bright. In the daylight, that is. Just enough, a little bit of a factory looking DRL strip. Alright, so that's all there is to it. That's how I did it. Let me know what you think. Again, putting these on up here, pretty simple. Trim, adhere them to the top of the headlight. Just gives it a little bit of a, I think it looks like actually kind of like a factory look. Really cheap. I'll have a link in the description where you can buy that kit. It's only like $20. Again, the hardest part is the wiring, but if you set a couple hours aside, I think it turned out pretty good. So be sure to like the video if it helped you out. Subscribe for more. I'm always doing projects like this. Until next time, thanks for watching.